Okay, back for another session. I haven't actually played in a few days. I'm not getting in a huge amount of volume. We'll check the ace-8 here on this board. We'll just go for a check call. And do we want to bet him? What are we going to get called by? I guess the best option is probably to check and just see if he'll bluff a miss straight draw. I mean, I very much doubt he actually had a hand there, so I don't know if we missed out or not. Fold that. Let's have a look. He had Jack 3, so no, we were never going to get called. Might just tighten up a little bit from the small blind. Ace 9 of clubs. That's a possible 3-bet. I think ace 10 of clubs I 3-bet, but I'm trying to play sensibly, not get too carried away, particularly early in the session. Okay. And one of my videos recently got about 80 views. It's kind of weird. Like some get about 20, some get 80. You know, it's very hard to understand why, but yeah, perfectly happy with the number of views I'm getting. We raise it up with aces, get called, and we'll check and check call. And you get a real snap check behind. I think this is fine to go this sort of sizing. Just hope he has a pair and puts us on Miss Spades or Queen Jack. Nope. So far, I've done a couple of plays that I haven't been doing previously, which is just checking and giving people a chance to bluff. Maybe that's something I should introduce a bit more into my game. 9, 10 of clubs, open that. Queen 4 of diamonds, even against the min raise, I think we'll just play tight. Okay, and our first slightly loose play gets punished. This guy's got very tight stats, over 145 hands. We'll let that go, and we'll let this go too. Oops, just going to tag him as someone playing a very small stack. You do see a lot fewer of that at this stake. At 5NL, you saw loads of people playing with like 25 to 50 big blinds, you know, just weird stack sizes below 50, which I sometimes do myself, usually because I've lost chips from 100 big blinds. You see a lot less of that at 10NL. It looks more like a lot of people are just sort of regulars. And I'll just go away now. I was going to see if I could watch the hand there, but guy was taking forever. Open the nines. King 10 off in the cutoff. This is one of the weaker hands I think we can raise. So I still think it is a raise. Queen 4 off. I'm unsure half the time whether even to make up with these. I often do, but I think perhaps it might even be a mistake when you've got a hand as bad as this. Okay, we'll open the small blind here. Our stats are quite tight. This guy's stats are relatively tight, over 111 hands. He's lining up a 3-bet, isn't he? Okay. Just folding a lot of trash with... I've already played like 50-something hands, very low VPIP, only 16, but it's mostly just been a function of not particularly strong hands as of yet. Five of clubs, we'll go for an open here. And the big blind does have aggressive stats, so it wouldn't shock me if we get 3-bet. We don't, we get called. Snap check. A board that I'm going to check behind quite a bit. It's a board often, though, that both players have missed. And I think on that card we're just going to have a stab. Although with king high, like, if he folds, we probably have the best hand, but it just protects us from getting drawn out on by just random cards. And now we can check. I don't think we ever get anything to fold. Yeah, it's probably almost a pointless bet on the turn because only hands we get to fold are hands that we already beat. Had I bet the flop, probably would have got him to fold. So maybe checking back that kind of flop is something I shouldn't be doing. It's just when playing these compared to how this type of stuff used to play, it really is extraordinary because you just have so few players these days just dusting off their chips. You used to have so many people who were just, giving stacks away. Now I probably give stacks away more than most. And we'll just fold 3-bet the ace, suited ace, and the small blind. Even at higher stakes, quite a few years ago now, I've played 50 NL, sometimes higher, and players, there were loads of players, just chips flying all over the place. That is long since gone. Okay, we're going to raise it here. I think going to 25 is okay. And he goes all in, and we call off. He's got Jack 10. 16%. I'm cashing out in general on these. I'm really regretting that now. Oh, where am I? Okay, ace queen off. I guess now he calls, we can also call. Not a great board. And I might have to get a bit braver with the cash outs. I am just becoming, I just so wimpy. That is a function though of just, I say fear of getting drawn out on, but getting drawn out on a lot. And I guess here that we're just going to fold. We could call one with the backdoor hearts. What I'm trying to do is avoid too much just dribbling chips away, which is something I've been extremely guilty of. I'm going to 3-bet quite large here because we are fairly deep. And definitely not folding for 1-bet. Ace-high can be the best hand. But if I've decided to do a little bit more checking on flops, particularly when I have strong hands, then I'm going to fold to quite a chunky second bet. But I will be playing my big pocket pairs like that sometimes as well to avoid being too easy to play against. All right, quite a chunky 3-bet from the small blind. Ace 10, not really a hand I particularly want to call with. We're just going to get rid of king 6. And under the gun limp, We've got ace queen. I think we just want to bump it up just to get rid of the other guy. I think that's fine. We should be going a bit larger, but okay. Now I'm going to go for a check. It's not a fantastic board. We can certainly be losing. Plenty of two pairs. He does have straight, so we're going to be just checking, calling, and checking again. This is ugly. Really, really sucks. He can easily have like just ace nothing. He can have king queen. He can have jack 10. I'm getting so feeble, but when people pot like this, I just don't believe he's going to pot with just an ace. So I'm just going to stick to becoming more and more conservative. It's getting a little bit sad, but when I have called people, I have so seldomly called when people have been bluffing when they're betting big. So it's very exploitable if people know that's what I'm doing. So probably shouldn't put these videos up. Probably shouldn't put them up in general. But it feels so pathetic. But when the guy you call and then he just bombs the river and you call and he just shows you king queen or ace 10 or jack 10, you think, why didn't I just fold? Okay, ace king. Quickly call from the big blind. We don't get a very good flop. No pair, no draw. So I have started again, like I say, checking back quite frequently with these sorts of hands. Just trying to get to a showdown. You make a pair of kings. That's good. And middle pair, ace kicker. We'll check this one back. Nice turn card. I think now we can bet. You're betting for value. Yeah. Not a good river. Fortunately, fortunately we're good. And we do turn the straight here. Could easily go for the squeeze with nines. Choose not to this time. Do not get the run out we want on the left. How many diamonds are in these decks? Jeez. And here, of course, we're going to be going all in. Nothing else to do. If our opponent's flopped a flush, it's pretty unlucky. He's just got jack 10. And we do hold. He cashed out there. So my game has basically become I can win when I have pocket aces or a set, and that's about it. Okay, we've tried to ISO an under the gun limper with Queen 10 of hearts, and we've been punished, so we will not throw any more chips at it. Previous hand with the 8-9, we had the straight. Obviously, we're going to check call the river if it's not a diamond, but it was, so kind of have to throw the hand away. But I did mention earlier, didn't I, that there weren't as many people doing, people just dusting off, and yet the chips I've won in this session so far, in 100 hands or so, have been from two guys completely overplaying Jack 10 on weird stack sizes. So most of the time, what I say is proven to be complete crap within about 10 seconds of me saying it. Ace 10 off is a hand under the gun. I think I'm just going to start folding. Don't think it really wins many chips. And aces, this third time we've had aces on this right-hand table. Sorry, left-hand table. The guy on the button had one big blind, just didn't fancy putting it in. Okay, snap called here. I think we're just going to go ahead and bet again. He's calling so fast. Yeah, it's how someone is playing a hand like Jack 9 or something, I presume. So I think we probably got the max there. Let's have a look at what he had. Ace three of diamonds. Okay, so probably not a guy that we want to. Might want to say a bit of a station because not a guy that we want to be bluffing too much if he's calling a river there with ace three of diamonds. Raising it up with the suited ace, getting a pretty woeful flop. Get rid of it. Jack nine of spades gets a button open. 3x. I think we can defend with this. Not the board we wanted. That was the board we would have wanted. And yeah, just put it in the old bin. So we have had some hands in this session, to be fair, and we've had pocket aces, I think, 3 times. I think this is the second time we've had queens, so the distribution of cards has been favourable. And I had a set of nines too, so this is what it takes for me to have even a decent start to a session. I just have to be smashed by the deck. Queens again. My. We will 3-bet the under the gun razor. Get called, and I think we can go for just a range bet on this board. Obviously, it's not absolutely ideal. Get called, not a particularly good turn. Pocket jacks is a possibility. Obviously, he can already have us beat with ace king or king queen. So I think we just have a fairly easy check back here. And we're hoping for a check. Well, I think we're going to be good sometimes here. I think he can certainly still have a king. But if he has hands like pocket eights or pocket tens, I don't think any point in betting. Yeah, okay. Nice. Okay, and I think we'll go with just a half pot on this board. Okay, a couple of reasonable looking hands again. Guy had 8 big blinds in the small. Wouldn't have minded him putting it in. Would have gambled with ace queen. Would have gambled with that. As usual, I've mostly been playing spin and goes throughout the week, which have been going up and down, but going reasonably well for the most part. I don't know if you can tell from up here that I've improved to a better standard of chest. I'm up to the gold chests. Playing quite a lot over Christmas, I was finally able to win enough chests in a 28-day period to upgrade to the next one. I don't know how, it's not doesn't look like to me like it's significantly better, but it's a slight improvement. Yeah, PokerStars doesn't do traditional rake back like some sites. It does the chest system, and it has leaderboards for the spin and goes, which I've sometimes been on. Make some money from that. All right, ace five of spades. I think we can defend against the 2.2x. Get a pretty hopeless flop. Yeah, I used to get rake back when I played on full tilt. So 27% rake back. I think I still get it on party poker as well, although I don't play on there too much. I think they have just like regular 27, but They just give you like money. It's not like in chess or something. It's just basically cash rake back. The PokerStars for a while did get way worse. Used to have the VIP sort of reward system where people could get like Supernova Elite or whatever it was. And then they totally changed it to the chess system, which wasn't very generous for a while. Now they've made it more generous. So yeah, it's okay. And I think I'm just going to go for a half pot C bet on this board. Is there any point firing again? I don't know what we're going to get to fold. We'd rather just have a shot at hitting our hand. Yeah, I think that's the best thing to do. Would have been nice to make it. We don't. We can still beat some hands. King Queen is the most obvious, but he just probably has too many King Jack, Queen Jack, maybe Ace Jack kind of hands. His stats are relatively. We don't have that many hands, but don't look stupid, so we'll give it up. 2.5x under the gun, ace five of spades. Yeah, again, I think this is okay to call with. The suited aces not yielding much. Done pretty well tonight with cards, but these suited aces not really working out too well. But maybe the previous hand with the ace six of spade, that's a spot that I do need to start double barreling more, because I think that's part of my game. Like turn play, I'm probably, as fact I know, I think I'm just too passive on the turn. I don't put players under enough pressure. And again here, I three betting not too much from the blinds. Again, it's not a great board. When you call from the blinds, it's not really the kind of board you want. I know we do have a gut shot, but it's a board that generally is going to be hard for you to start representing a huge amount. If we had a spade, we would call. But I'm trying to be a good boy. I'm trying to be not loosey-goosey and just calling it off with nonsense, which is making too many loose calls and then folding. So I'm becoming nittier when I was already nitty in the first place. And I think we'll go for a three bet with ace queen. Yeah, in fact we will. Now if this jack eight, I'm going to fold and see what happens, because the guy on the button has some lunatic stats. I want to see what this is. Damn. Get called. I think we can just go a small c bet on this board. Get snapped, and this is back to what we usually do. Nice to see it. I don't really want to start barreling away. We've got more aces, ace king, kings than he does. He's going to have a lot of like eights, tens that can't really call here. So we'll go for a double barrel. And today it works. This guy, over quite a reasonable sample, barely ever three bets, ace queen off. It's just not a great hand to be calling three bets with. I think I'm okay with tens just calling. I probably won't surprise you if you've watched me play that I'm okay with just calling. I think three betting an under the gun razor and then a second position caller might be a little bit bold. Obviously, it's assuming the two guys here both either fold or just call. We do get the just call. We do get top set. So which one of you bastards says 7-9? Come on. You know one of you does. Checks through. I think someone's going to have to put a bet at it. But almost certainly I should have bet myself, but we'll play it trappy. I'm assuming Pocket Jacks would have bet the flop. I think we do have to raise here. That may not have been big enough. This guy must have a draw. Like, I really can't see him having much else. That's fine. That's fine. Obviously, it's disappointing when you flop top set and don't really make anything out of it, but we at least win the hand, which is obviously the aim of the game. Right, open up the nines. I think we do have a call. It's quite a chunky three bet, but I think in position here we do have a call. Now, can we get another? Can we get another set? Not this time. Clearly, we're going to be calling against the small sizing. And continuing with like, dare we even go for a raise here? If we go for a raise, what's the point of raising? Stuff like ace king, ace queen, get that a fold. We already beat that. Is there a reason to bet here? Clearly, we don't want to get check jammed on, but we don't want to just give free cards stuff like ace king with a spades. We'll bet this and try and check back the river. Oh, please just have ace king. Kings. Ugly. Right, nines again. So we're finding nines is the hand of the evening to win us some chips, but also dribble them back. But it shows you that people's ranges are just so tight. Like, he really played his kings pretty passively there. Nines will just throw it away. Get called in both spots. I think we're going to have to slow down here. 8-9 does get there, but it shouldn't be too prevalent. It's a really, really shitty river. Not a lot we can do now. I think we're just going to have to give it up. Frustrating, but that's a shocker of a river. Yeah, we'll try one of these, another check back, and pretty delightful turn card. Just bet. Most likely just get a fold. Be interesting to know with the nines hand whether it does make sense to bet small on the turn and check back the river, whether that's the best play or whether the best play is to just check the turn. Not sure. Almost wonder whether the best play, in fact, is just to fold pre-flop because the three betting ranges from places like the small blind are sufficiently narrow. But then maybe that would make something like nines a call on the basis that if you flop a set, if the three betting ranges are so narrow, there's a very good chance you'll win a big pot. Just thinking out loud here, I don't really know what I'm talking about. Yep, so a definite call in position. Queen 10 off. Yeah, not really, again, not really a flop that we want. Hard for anyone to really represent much, but it is the hand we like. About the only hand we've been able to win any chips with. And no one wants to play when we've got aces this time. And he goes for 2/3. Just fold. Go for the 3-bet with the ace king. Get a fold. Ace jack off there. It's like, is that a 3-bet or is that a hand that we should just be mucking every time? He had reasonably loose stats, so against someone who's loose, maybe more like the 3-bet, but it might depend on his fold the 3-bet stat. I'm still kind of working out how to use my HUD. I don't think I'm really there yet with it. Haven't really understood all of its functionality. But here we have jacks, and we get 3-bet by a guy who seems very passive. These 3-bet ranges, like I said, seem to be very tight. So again, I'm going to have to proceed with caution. This is the dangerous flops when you've got these sorts of hands where you get the 3 undercards, but if 3-bet ranges against under the gun openers are tight, how well is jacks really doing? Well, I'm going to bet now. I don't think enough people check back big pairs, so I think this is going to be a good spot for us to bet. Hand needs protection. No need to give him a free one. So we'll play about 20 more hands, like usual. As usual, about a 300 hand session seems to be a nice number. Getting 3-bet again, and again out of position, mediocre hand. These suited aces maybe have to get a little bit of a rethink from early position about opening them because I'm not sure um, if I'm really making any chips with them. In fact, I am sure I'm not. Yeah, the guy calling from the big blind doesn't really surprise me. His stats would suggest he's going to. I'm just going to check this one back and check it back again. We'll go for a bet on the river. Not really, not really the river we wanted, but we'll go for a small bet anyway. Yeah, don't think I probably could have got more than one street of value from that hand, but that guy's got some very fishy stats. He had Queen 5. So how many hands is it? It's 2 now. Okay, so we'll sit out big blind on next on both tables. So my stats this session: VPIP 22, pre-flop raise 18, 3-bet 5%, continuation bet just 41%. That's kind of low. All right, so up about what 5? So what have we got on the table? 5. So what's that? Call it 6, 783, 778. So up about 770. So 778. Not a bad session. Certainly plenty better than I have been doing in lots of sessions. I think really it was mainly just getting cards, and although I said before not many people donk off now, a couple of people donked off, two players with Jack 10, that's really where the chips came from. So perhaps a lot of the time with 10 and L, that's where the money comes from. Just play tight and hope there's enough fish around giving their chips away. My game still needs a lot of improvement. Got to work on my hand reading and my aggression, not be too tight. But yeah, nice to have a winning session. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.